The cast list is here, and I am shook! Let's dive into it. Kristen here, and we're talking about High School Musical, the musical, the series, Season 3, Episode 3. We got the cast list, we got some big revelations. There was a lot going on in this episode. So last week it looked like Carlos was trying to change the cast list. Did it work? Clearly not. In fact, I asked Frankie Rodriguez what he thinks Carlos was trying to do. This is what he said.
Carlos, nice try recasting the show.
Carlos was just trying new things. He wanted to see if something was going to work. It clearly didn't. But I don't know. I think Carlos sees himself as like a strong, strapping, leading man. So I would think he kind of made himself Kristoff or something. And they were like, no.
But we got our cast, and honestly, guys, I was right. So young Anna is Emmy, young Elsa is Alex. These are the two young women that we met last week. One of them being Better Nate Than Ever star Aria Brooks, so that was really exciting. Carlos is Olaf, as we predicted. I mean, if it's not Big Red, I'm glad it could be another fantastic dancing king.
Getting to play Olaf, he's such like a beloved snowman. And so getting to step into those shoes and kind of like figure out ways to like make it my own, and what does it sound like on my voice, and what does it feel like in my body, and getting to see what we did with our costume is really fun and funny.
EJ is Sven, which I was very surprised by because, you know, I figure as the director, why would he be in the show? But yeah, they cast him. Jet is Hans. I was going back and forth a little bit. I was like, will he be Kristoff? Will he be Hans? But I mean, I think based off the trajectory of his storyline, Hans makes a lot of sense. Ricky, surprise, surprise, he Zephroned himself into the lead role. He's Kristoff.
You can't just Zephron your way through auditions this time.
And very, very excitingly, we have Courtney as Elsa and Gina as Anna. They got the leads. I was so excited about this. I just think it's such incredible representation. I love being able to see people cast in roles that maybe we haven't traditionally seen them in before, and the fact that we have like two incredible women of color leading this project. Ooh, I'm just so excited for Frozen. I cannot wait, and I cannot wait to hear Courtney sing Let It Go. I'm really hoping that they don't do what they did last season, which was obviously they gave her the big Beauty and the Beast song, and she like sang it in slices. Like, no, I want to see the full production of Let It Go. Like, give us the drama, give us the costume change, give us it all. Like, I'm ready.
Be the good girl you always have to be.
And I also think that this showed that Gina's hard work paid off, because EJ was not the one who cast this. This was all Val. So, you know, there was no like, oh, you're my girlfriend, I'm biased. Nope, this was just everyone's merit. But at the same time, now Ashlyn got cast in the ensemble, and I think that it's very clear in this episode she's gonna be going on quite a journey to kind of wrap her head around that. You know, last season she was trying to wrap her head around playing Belle after thinking that, like, you know, maybe I'm not the right fit for this, and realizing that she could play an ingenue, that she could play the leading lady. And now to go from that high to now being back in the ensemble, I think that could kind of mess with anybody's head a little bit, especially when you're like, you know, hoping for an exciting role.
I was definitely super excited for the challenge of taking on this, this sort of newfound acceptance that she has to find within herself, because it took her a while to accept the fact that she was a leading lady, and maybe she accepted that a little bit too much, and she has to remember who she was before Miss Jen cast her as Belle. And so she's definitely put to the test with the news that she's going to be in the ensemble again. And something that I love is when Gina points out that it's kind of out of character for her. So she's got to sort of have to retrace her steps and remember who she was before she was given the opportunity to be Belle.
This episode, they really also dive deep into like the Zodiac vibes, the Zodiac energy around Ashlyn, and like what are her signs, and like how does that affect how she kind of presents herself and reacts to being cast in the ensemble. And we do get this beautiful song from her, you know, Underneath the Stars, kind of talking about like who is she, like what is her destiny and things like that. And it was a great original song, so I was really excited about that. I feel like Ashlyn does get a lot of really great like solo, just like powerful numbers. I'm thinking back to that first season with her song Wondering, so good. This is another bop for sure. This episode we're also doing like a camp initiation night, and we kind of get to see Jet open up a little bit more and kind of connect more with everyone, but at the same time kind of cause some issues with Maddox. We find out that Jet was like pushed so heavily into music to the point that he started to not like it anymore, and he wants to sort of like refine that passion. Maddox tells this like scary story at the Night in the Woods initiation. You know, because Jet is starting to connect with everyone more, he kind of starts making fun of what's going on, and it takes away the experience for her. This is, you know, a place at this camp that she feels is like another home for her, and, you know, that she feels like is one of the only places that's hers, and to have Jet kind of teasing her and turning it into a joke, you know, is not something that she appreciates, and she doesn't take it lightly. And this is when we get another big reveal that it turns out Maddox and Jet are siblings. They're brother and sister. And it seems that, you know, out in the real world, Jet is sort of the focus of the family, and maybe something happened, maybe something to do with the fact that, you know, he was pushed too far into that music and, you know, kind of rebelled or retaliated against that, and that he's sort of at this camp as a punishment. And this is the camp that's, you know, for her, this place that is so important to her. Now to have him here sort of mocking it, it feels like, you know, you had all this stuff at home, like, can't I have this one thing? And so it's interesting to see that dynamic and the issues that they're dealing with as siblings. We also are seeing just like how stressed EJ is about directing Frozen, and how Gina is maybe not taking that so seriously, and in fact we see her kind of go off and hang out with Ricky for the evening.
Check this out. Hearts racing.
I'm just getting a little worried because I really, really don't want there to be a love triangle. Like, I don't want Ricky to ruin what Gina and EJ have.
Nothing is gonna ruin our perfect summer together.
I really like EJ and Gina together. Like, I want to see them be able to, like, be this power couple, like, leading the show, directing the show, and just, like, having a great summer together. Like, just don't ruin it, Ricky, okay? I don't trust you, man. Don't ruin this for her. Overall, I did think this was a fun episode. I liked being able to dive deeper into the camp life. You know, EJ got a fun camp song. They were diving into, like, the scary stories of camp. And, you know, obviously we got the big reveals of Maddox and Jet being siblings and kind of teasing some of the dramas between them. And, you know, the fact that we finally got to know who's cast as who in Frozen was very exciting. I'm curious to see this journey that Ashlyn's going to go on to kind of get over being in the ensemble. And I hope we get to see more of the production itself. You know, last season, we didn't really get to see much. I think it was a lot of using the songs out in other spaces. I would love to hear you guys' thoughts on this episode. And also, what are your zodiac signs? Inspired by Ashlyn, I would love to hear from you guys what your big three are. I am a Taurus Sun, Leo Moon, Capricorn Rising, which means that I'm very, like, loyal, kind of, you know, theatrical, and ambitious. So I would love to hear from you guys. Consider subscribing if you like my videos, and if you want to talk more TV and movies with me outside of the comments section, check out the exclusive Discord available on my Patreon at patreon.com/kmaldo. If you like this one, you can check out more of my videos right over here. See ya!